the second day of Progressive Dog Club. We're looking at the National Owner Handle group coming in. It's been an astoundingly wonderful day today. The dogs are really happy here today. And as you can see, we have a beautiful array of toy dogs. And what could be better on a cold day than to snuggle up with one of your toy dogs and watch the show with us. It's Elaine Lessig on behalf of the Canine Chronicle on the Facebook page and on the web page saying hello from the ballroom of the New Yorker Hotel. And our judge for today in the National Owner Handled is Mrs. Sydney Good. And Miss Good is going up and down the row, getting a quick check at the dogs that have come into the ring, and beginning her thought process as she's about to put the first dog on the table after the group goes around. And Miss Good has asked them to get up and take them around. And here we go. Let's hear it for the toy dogs. And we have the first dog on the table, and it's a pug. A beautiful fawn with a black face. And she's going over the pug, giving it a good examination. And taking a look at that wondrous face of a pug dog. And there goes our first dog. And around he goes. We have a Manchester Toy Terrier up on the table right now for Miss Good's approval. You know, one thing interesting about a Manchester Terrier is they're supposed to have little brown markings at the bottom of their lower leg. And you can see possibly that they're there, and that's a real testament of good markings on a toy Manchester Terrier. And there he goes. And that's the toy Manchester Terrier. And now Miss Good has a Shih Tzu. A long-coated dog with a high head and a high tail. And there goes the Shih Tzu. Yep, all that coat, they always shake when they come or start to go or come on back to you. But you can see the coat is so good that it just drops right back into place. And there's your Shih Tzu. And now we have one of the toy spaniels, and this happens to be a King Charles. He's part of the whole colors in the breed, which are ruby and black and tan. And Mrs. Good has finished her examination, and the dog is going to do its down and back. And there he goes. And there he goes. And now we have a smooth-coated Chinese crested. Really a coatless dog. They, of course, come with another form of coat that we call a puff. And right around.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. And now we have Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. It's a Blenheim, and as you can see, it's nicely marked. It has a white background with lovely Blenheim coloring scattered about. It's a lovely silky coat that comes with the toy spaniels. And as the old ladies used to say, the coat should feel like silk. And that is the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, another one of the toy spaniels in the toy group. And here comes the Prince Charles color of English toy spaniels. Again, white background with islands of black. Beautiful domes on these dogs and lovely upswept jaws. And Miss Good has completed her examination, and now she's going to watch as the dog moves down the back. And we're taking that little Prince Charles right around the ring. And next on the table is a smooth-coated Brussels Griffon. Interestingly enough, the Brussels Griffon has sort of an acquaintance or maybe a cousinship with all the Toy Spaniels because the Toy Spaniels are behind this particular breed. Its smooth coat is a bit rough, but its smooth coat is not the rough. There's another Griffon that has a rough coat. And there goes the smooth Brussels Griffon. And next we have a new entrant into the ring, and that's a Russian Toy Terrier for you to. And now we have a Silky Terrier. We talk so much about coat in the toy dogs because it's a very distinctive way to identify the breeds and to get some idea of another silky coat. This is a Silky. And it's a silvery gray coat with gold on the head, sometimes behind the back. And now we're going to get to see the Silky Terrier move. And that's the Silky Toy Terrier. Our next one is the third part of the 4 Toy Spaniels that are in the toy group. And this is a Papillon with its erect ears set at a 45-degree off the head, a tail right on top, and again, a dog with a beautiful silky coat. And here comes our Papillon. Miss Good has completed its examination. We're getting that tail back up where it's supposed to be and going down and back. And you almost get the sense of the butterfly ready to rise up into your arms as the dog comes back. And right around with the Papillon. And we have an Affenpinscher up on the table. The Affenpinscher comes in different colors as well. And this one is one of our black ones. And the dog should have a ruff around its neck. Its coat texture should be rather harsh, and it needs to keep its tail up and move with the moderation of its angles. And of course, it's also called the monkey dog because of its true expression, which is almost human-like, and its little beard in the front. And this is the Affenpinscher. And the Affenpinscher is returning to the end of the line. And next, Miss Good has a toy Fox Terrier. It's very terrier-like, and it usually has a nice white body with different colors, maybe black, maybe brown, scattered about its coat. And it's a tight coat and very easy to maintain. And there goes our toy Fox Terrier. Tail up. And right around with the toy Fox Terrier. The breed you see on the table now is an Italian Greyhound. It's the smallest of a very interesting family of coming down from the Greyhounds. We have this one, which is a toy. We have Whippets, and then we have true Greyhounds, and this dog is the smallest and most delicate of the bunch. It often is said to look like Bohm china. And now she can finish the examination, and down and back with the Italian Greyhound. And the ears are up, and the dog is ready to go around. The Maltese is on the table. Always white with perhaps different tan markings that you can barely see on its sides. Tail right up, and that sweet face looking right at you. And of course, as with so many of the toy dogs, it's about hair. And this is another case where you want a silky, shiny coat. And the tail is up. The handler's ready to put the dog on the ground. And now we'll get to see the Maltese go and do its down and back. And this is the Maltese. Our next dog is one of AKC's newer dogs. It's only been in the group, I think, for 5 or 6 years, and it's a Beaver Terrier. It has a distinctive coat. The colors have to be black, white, and tan in a variety of different ways that it can show up and where it can show up, but it must have black feet and it must have a white chest. In fact, black pigment, wherever pigment would be, is a part of this dog's requirement. And this is the Beaver Terrier. Again, all about coat. And there's the beaver. And Miss Good takes a good look, and off it goes. Now we have the toy poodle on the table. It's obviously a puppy. You can tell that because of the coat. There are different types of cuts that they put onto the poodles, and until the dog is over a year of age, it can wear what is called the puppy cut. And what you're seeing is just that. It's a puppy coat, and Miss Good's taking a good look at the dog and examining it, noticing that it is a puppy coat. And now the handler is going to take the dog down and back. And here he comes with the dog going down and back. And there goes the toy poodle. And now we have the coated variety of Chihuahua. And I believe the judge has had many Chihuahuas of her own in her life and career in dogdom. And she's taking her time going through this Chihuahua. And he's ready to come off the table. And here comes our Chihuahua with his tail up in full coat. Oh, I can see Miss Good smile. She loves her Chihuahuas. And around he goes. The next breed is a Yorkshire Terrier. Its home is Yorkshire in England. And it's a dog that has almost like the Silky Terrier, a coat that's a beautiful bluish gray with gold. It's a straight coat that hangs that way, absolutely straight, with its gold face in the front, its tail held high, and that long coat that touches the table and will touch the ground once she puts it down. And that is a Yorkshire Terrier. And Yorkshire Terriers' coats are everything. No coat, no dog. And here we have the Yorkshire Terrier. You're now looking at a Russian Toy Terrier. It's another of the AKC new breeds for the toy group. Its ears are set at a 45-degree angle off the head with fringes. And other than that, there is also another variety of it which has a different coat. And that would be a short-coated Russian Toy Terrier. They are fine-boned and they have a good time. And here goes the Russian Toy Terrier. Okay, and right around with the Russian Toy Terrier. I believe this is our last breed, and it is a Pekingese. The Pekingese coat is not only a hallmark, but a wonder in and of itself. Getting in there to feel the actual structure of the dog is super important, but not always easy. And Ms. Good might be picking up the dog to see that the front of the dog is heavier than the back of the dog. And the handler is always quick to get that brush out and put the hairs back from where they were. And this is a Pekingese with its flat face and its gorgeous coat. Of course, from Asia. And there you go. That is a Pekingese on the move. You can see that beautiful flat face and the abundance of coat as he goes around. And now Miss Goods asked for the table to be removed so she can use the full ring. And she's going to go visit with everybody. Here they go. And she's taking a good look. And all the handlers are getting their dogs in place for Miss Good to take a final look at them before she decides how she's going to end this group. And we'll go down the line. We have a pug up front, a Manchester Terrier, a Shih Tzu, a King Charles Spaniel, and a variety of toy spaniels, a smooth-coated crested. We have a Cavalier. We have an English toy. We have a Brussels Griffon going out over there. And there's a Silky, and then there was a Papillon behind. And here we have an Affenpinscher, Maltese, and the Poodle. And as for the rest, she's dismissing them. She's made her first cut. And now, we'll see if she's going to move them, which she is. And take them right around. She's taking them one time around and showing them where to stop.
I tried hard.
And then I guess she will. And there goes the pug. And now the Shih Tzu. Please don't bang into me. Please don't bang into me. And now we have the Griffon. And the Papillon. And now the Affenpinscher. The Maltese. The toy poodle. And the Pekingese. And now let's see what Miss Good is going to be doing with these lovely dogs at Progressive Dog Club, strictly devoted to toy dogs. And the Poodle has won the group, followed by the Maltese, followed by the Shih Tzu, Pekingese. So that is the Poodle, the Maltese, the Shih Tzu, and the Pekingese are her choices for Best in National Owner Handled Series. Thanks so much for watching, but stay tuned with us because we're going to be going into the breed group as soon as all the officials take care of the things that they need to in the ring. So don't go away. We have more. It's Elaine Lessig on behalf of the Canine Chronicle on the webpage and on the Facebook page. And soon we'll be doing this again with the breed winners. Okay, time to start with the best of breed winners. Going in for best in show. Again, a wonderful group of dogs having a wonderful time today. This is Elaine Lessig on behalf of the Canine Chronicle on the webpage and on their Facebook page. And this is Best in Show because they are allowed to have a Best in Show. Progressive Dog Club is a club that is only taking entries into a dog's. And in the ring is Mr. Randy Guerin from North Carolina, and he will be adjudicating this wonderful group of dogs. He's taking a look, seeing what he has to work with, and ready to get on his way and start examining the dogs. And first on the table is a pug. He's fawn with a black mask. He has a very short coat. And his tail should always be up and right on his back. And Mr. Guerin will be moving the first dog, the pug. And he will be going down and back. There goes the pug. A nice compact dog. And right around with the pug. And now we have the Cavalier on the table. This is the same Cavalier that you saw in the National Owner Handle group. It's a lovely Blenheim bitch with her Blenheim coat and its white background. A happy little dog. Cavalier should always be merry. And there's her down and back. And now right on around with the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, one of the toy spaniel breeds in the ring. Now we have the Shih Tzu with its elegant neck carriage and tail high set and heavy coat. As I like to say, toy dogs are really a very coat-centric group where coat is important in each and every one of the breeds. And here is the Shih Tzu. And right around with the Shih Tzu. Next up, another of the toy spaniels, a King Charles Spaniel, black and tan. Again, coat, coat, coat. The silkier, the better. And let's see the King Charles going down and back. And Mr. Garen's having the dog go right around. On the table now is another of the toy spaniels, and this is a Papillon with its high set ears at 45-degree angles, silky coat, white background with black markings, and perhaps some tan. Happy to keep its tail up and its ears going as well. This is a Papillon. Some people call it the butterfly dog because it looks like it's ready to fly into your arms. We have another Affenpinscher. You perhaps saw the black one in the owner-handled competition, and this is a Belge. It's a combination of grays and tops. Same coat, same everything except the color. This is a little more unusual, and this is the Affenpinscher. Little monkey dog with a human-like expression. And there goes the Affenpinscher, the Belge Affenpinscher. And now we're back to a silky coat. It's a silky coated terrier. Again, with the silver markings, with the touches of blue in that, and the gold on the heads, and sometimes the bottom of the tail. That silky coat, which is the total identification of the silky terrier. And the handler's getting that coat to be just the way she wants it as she presents it to Mr. Garen. That high set tail and those pricked up ears let you know that this is a silky terrier. And right around. And now we have another Manchester Terrier. A black and tan dog, no other colors, and brown marks in specific places, and he has to have full dentition. That's one of the requirements of a toy Manchester Terrier as well as the standard. Full dentition, every tooth, or it's not going to make the dog. They have a very interesting gait. If you can see it, there you go. And that is a Manchester Terrier. Toy variety. And right around. And now we have the hairless version of the Chinese Crested. They come in all kinds of colors. You can see their booties on their feet and the high tail. And the mane between their ears. And this is the Chinese Crested, hairless variety. And now we have a Manchester. I'm so sorry. We have the miniature Pinscher on the table Mr. Garen is going over. Miniature Pinscher is a wonderful little dog. Those pricked up ears, smooth coats, attitude, and there goes the miniature Pinscher, part of the Pinscher family of dogs. And this one has a rust color. They do come in other colors, but today Mr. Garen has this miniature Pinscher. And now we have a Maltese. And you've seen that the Maltese will always have a white coat with perhaps some tan markings in it that you really almost don't see. It's a long-coated dog. If you don't have that beautiful long coat right to the ground, coming down with the ears, what we call falls, it wouldn't be a Maltese. And here he goes. And right around, Mr. Garin is sending the dog around. And now we have a Pomeranian. And he's in his full coat. The coat should be harsh to your hand. It has an undercoat and a top coat. The top coat is harsh and the under is the support for the harsh coat. They have very high tail sets, high carriage of their heads. And Mr. Garin will be watching now the Pomeranian. And around goes the Pomeranian. And now we have the toy poodle. This poodle is in one of the acceptable cuts. As you saw before in the other group, if you saw the puppies, they have a different cut. And this is one of the acceptable cuts for the poodle to be shown in. And you can see tail up, head up, and let's go with the poodle. Toy poodle. And she's giving a good look to Mr. Garin and her handler. And right around. And now we have a beaver. As I've explained before, the beaver is one of the newer breeds to AKC from the toy group. And again, it needs to have black feet and a white chest. And it's basically a white dog with the golds and the blacks. And Mr. Garin has checked to see that all that is there. And of course, the brushing before you take the dog off the table is something we see most often. And this is the Beaver Terrier. And Mr. Garin's taking a nice look at the face, and around goes the Beaver Terrier. Now we have the Brussels Griffon. The Brussels Griffon is a smooth-coated Brussels Griffon. Not the rough coats that you often see. Those erect ears and that high tail. And if you go back into its history, you will find out that it's related to the toy spaniels that are in the group. And here is the Prince Charles version of the English toy spaniel. And this is the coloring for the Prince Charles. The tricolor, rather. I'm so sorry. And Mr. Garin has looked at it and decided to let, there we go, bringing the dog around to the table. And the tricolor is on its way. And around it goes. And this is the Italian Greyhound. I believe is the same one we saw in the other group, with its beautiful angles and top line that's unique to the breed. Wonderful carriage and delicate look, as if it was a piece of china that could break. And this is an Italian Greyhound. And there she goes. Now on the table we have a Havanese. A Havanese is a dog that was found on the streets of Cuba and became popular as a street dog, and then they were sent over here, and we now have a lovely breed with the Havanese. All that hair, very specific kind of hair that needs a great deal of grooming, but can be done with the tail up and that special look, that jaunty look, flipping its front and carrying behind with its back legs. And pigment is very important in that breed too. And that is the Havanese. And on the table is a Russian Toy Terrier. Again, 45-degree ears with lots of fringe on them. Look at those ears. After a good shake, she's going to come back to Mr. Garin for a final look. And there is the Russian Toy Terrier. And now we have a Japanese Chin, which is the fourth of the Toy Spaniels in the toy group. Again, white background, black marks in all the right places, over the ears, near the eyes. Same beautiful silky coat that you saw with the Papillon, and that you'll see with the Cavaliers and the King Charles, but more profuse. And that is a Japanese Toy Spaniel. And Mr. Garin's taking a good look and sending the handler right on around. And here we have a Toy Fox Terrier. And Mr. Garin's checking to make sure the markings are all correct and the dog's tail is up. And this is the Toy Fox Terrier. And Mr. Garin has seen him and is sending him around. And now we have a Yorkshire Terrier. Again, with the blue-gray markings, gold at the front and at the back. And the coat is essential to this breed. It's hallmark. And it's another silky coat that should just drop every time you pick it out, right back where it was before. Tail high. And here we have the Yorkshire Terrier. right back to Mr. Guerin with the Yorkshire Terrier while he gets another look. And he's sending him off. And there goes the Yorkshire Terrier. This may be a dog that you've never seen before. This is AKC's newest toy dog for the toy group, and it's a Russian Balanka, and it's meant to look like a scruffy little dog, and its coat has to have that appearance. And they come in all colors. And they're AKC's, one of its newest breeds. The Balanka has joined the toy group. And right around with the little Balanka. And this is the smooth-coated Chihuahua. Mr. Guerin is the owner of some Chihuahuas, so I would have to think he has a real passion for the breed, what they do, and who they are. And this is the smooth variety. And here comes the smooth-coated Chihuahua. And Mr. Guerin sending the dog around. And she'll be right back at the end of the line. And now we have the long-coat Chihuahua. Same breed, different variety. Again, they can come in all kinds of color permutations. And this is the long hair. And Mr. Guerin's going to send it down and back. Nice high tail set. And right back to Mr. Guerin. And right around. And now Mr. Guerin will be examining the last dog, which is a Pekingese. Again, coat, coat, coat. And of course the flat face, the open nostrils, the unique configuration underneath there. And Mr. Guerin's doing a very thorough examination of it. And now he's picking it up to make sure it's heavier in the front. The handler brushes the dog, and he will go down and back. And the handler is very specific about getting that coat back in shape, and she should. And it shakes it off, and here is the Pekingese. And Mr. Guerin's going to send the dog around. And now he's going to start taking a look and making some decisions on what he's going to be doing next. And with a group like this, he's got a lot of decision making to do. He's carefully studying each of the dogs in his ring. Okay, he's asked them to go one at a time and to ask everybody to move up as he gets to watch one dog at a time. Pekingese, Pug, Cavalier, Shih Tzu, English Toy Spaniel King Charles, Papillon, Affenpinscher, Silky Terrier, Manchester Terrier, Hairless, Chinese Crested, the Miniature Pinscher, Maltese, Pomeranian, Poodle, Beaver Terrier, Brussels Griffon, English Toy Spaniel, Italian Greyhound, Havanese, Russian Toy Terrier, Japanese Chin, Toy Fox Terrier, Yorkshire Terrier, Balanca, Smooth Coat Chihuahua, Long Coat Chihuahua, and finally, Pekingese. Mr. Garin is studying and pulling out some dogs. Mr. Garin has chosen for his cut the Pug Shih Tzu, King Charles Spaniel, Papillon, Manchester Terrier. Okay, he's given them their final instructions. The Min Pin's right behind the Manchester. Then we have the Pomeranian, the Toy Poodle, the Brussels Griffon, and we have the Smooth-Coated Chihuahua. They're loving it. What an exhibition of these toy dogs. Toy dogs reign today in here. Now we're going to see what Mr. Garin is going to be doing. And it's the Pomeranian, Shih Tzu, Toy Poodle, and the Miniature Pinscher. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Congratulations to the Pomeranian, the Shih Tzu, the Poodle, and the Miniature Pinscher. And thank you to Mr. Garin for his wonderful judging today. And this concludes today and Progressive's Last Moment. Please remember, we'll be back here in New York next year. This dog not only gets a Group 1, he gets a Best in Show. And take a good look at everybody. Pomeranian, Shih Tzu, Poodle, and the Miniature Pinscher as Mr. Garin marks his book. And we'll come out with his awards. And so the dog first in line, excuse me, ma'am, which is the Pomeranian. He gets a Best in Show ribbon and a Group 1. The Shih Tzu will get a Group 2 and a Reserve Best in Show. And then we have 3rd place and 4th place. And we thank everybody for watching us. It's Elaine Lessig on behalf of the Canine Chronicle on the webpage and on the Facebook page saying thank you for watching, and we look forward to our march on to Westminster, and we hope to see you there.